And just like that, it's over. I am really upset today after watching the series finale of the Sex and the City spinoff. And let's just say HBO did all of us fans dirty. There is no way, I've said it 4 times, but now having watched the finale last night, and by the way, spoiler alert, but we have to talk about this. There's no way the creators of this show planned this as the final episode of Carrie's life after it's like 27 years this franchise has been on the air. The series ended with a chaotic Thanksgiving episode that involved robot restaurants, a dog swallowing a Lego, and a backed up toilet with poop. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, I don't want to be gross, but that's an apt metaphor for what we were served last night. There is a lot of poop being served. First, the crap story that we're being fed by HBO and Michael Patrick King and everybody involved that this was always planned. No, it wasn't. You can listen to the podcast of the Writers' Room, which I listened to. They didn't even bother to redo that. And in that Writers' Room podcast, guess how they refer to last night's episode? The end of the season. If it really was the end of a franchise that's nearly 30 years old, don't you think everybody in that podcast would have been like, oh, this is the end of an era? They would have used terms like, oh, this is the end, this is the end. No. So it's so offensive. It's so offensive for all of you out there. And there's bigger problems in the world, but this is a pop culture show. Anyway, it's so offensive to all the fans that have stuck with you through one good movie, one crappy movie, weird plot lines, cast drama. We've stuck with you for 30 years, and this is what you do, and then you lie to us about it? That finale might have been a decent season finale, but it certainly wasn't worthy of a series finale to a show and characters that meant so much to so many. You guys better fix this, because it's just...
I texted Jason last night. I was like, first of all, I was surprised it was only like 30 minutes. I thought if it would be a full ending, it'd probably be an hour long. And it just made me sad, because I know a lot of people thought a lot of parts of the show were a little cringe, and there definitely were those moments, but I felt like they finally were getting the essence of the characters down finally, 3 seasons in. Carrie felt like Carrie again. And so I thought the ending was a nice season finale ending, like her writing the epilogue to her book, and what she wrote was lovely. But they still didn't tie up any of the loose end storylines or anything. It was very weird. So yeah, clearly it was never intended to be the series finale, but
your point right there is the third turd in the bowl. And I mean that. And I'm not trying to be gross, but if you watch the show, again, it's a metaphor. The first turd is that lie that they're telling us as fans. The second is just the awful finale. And then the third is of what we're never going to get. You finally get to the end of the season, like Fallon said, and Carrie Bradshaw is finally going back to the essence of who that character was, and we're never going to get that. We couldn't get that at the end of season 1 or at the beginning of season 2. You wasted this opportunity. You wasted a lot of goodwill with your fan base. And if you ever do come back, I don't know if everyone's going to be on board, and that's a shame for a show that meant so much.